who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode 664 of the Immigration Answer Show. How's everybody doing? You ready for Friday? You ready for the weekend? I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm glad for the weekend. Today is the start of Missouri high school softball. Nor has a game today at 4:15 against Marquette. So that should be fun. The girls are excited. Nor's excited. Unfortunately, their pitcher busted up her ankle. Their starting pitcher. So I don't know what in the hell they're going to do. But it should be fun. Should be great. And then no show tomorrow or Sunday. I might do a show on Monday. Next week's going to be sort of tricky because I'm traveling. So I don't know how many shows I'll do next week. But I'll try to come up with a schedule and share it with you all. How's everybody doing? Hina is here. Traylene is here. Creaky Bones here. Joan all the way from California. To Chiquit AB is here. Gabriella is here. We got Germany in the house. Tyrone says happy Friday to everybody. Gabriella says showtime. Yeah, it is. Nurse Laura is here. All right. Lindy is here. We have Vermont in the house. Adrian is here. Gregory. Robert from sunny Southern California. Saya is here. Hello, Saya. How you doing? Robert says Jim should have told the Redbirds to lose, so the Padres. Yeah, the Cardinals are terrible. I like Mike Schild. I'm rooting for the Padres. All right. Margot is watching from the Bahamas. I got Shivam and Ramachandra is here. Aziz is here. Jami, Lynn, Dwayne, AJ. Hello, AJ. I Am Woke is here. NYC in the house. And Ricardo from Scotts Valley, California. How about that? I hope things turn around for Lynn as well. Sorry you've had a rough week, dear Lynn. Let's all send some good vibes Lynn's way. All right. Let's start with Tony in Chicago. Hello, Tony.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. I've been following your show for quite a bit. I'm surprised you got me. You got me the first one of your show today. It's my lucky day.
You didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming at all, but I'm glad it happened. Anyway, so, sir, I'm going to try to wrap it up with my story.
Okay.
So, let me change the room because I am in some place that I cannot talk privately. One second. So, my story is this. I got married. I come to the United States in 2017.
Can you hold the phone up closer to your mouth because the sound keeps dropping?
Can I have some room where?
Yeah, it's a little better. Go ahead. So let's try to tighten it up. Come on, tell me the story quick. We got a lot of people waiting. Go ahead.
Yes.
You got married to a U.S. citizen. That's all we got so far.
Yeah. So that happened in 2000, and so I entered USA in 2017 in a B1, B2 visa.
Okay.
Then I met my wife, and then we got in love. We got married. Then we go through the process. She applied for me, family petition. Then COVID happened. I got employment authorization. I will start working legally and stuff like that. Then we got separated. Before that, we gave interview. I-485, I-30. So we went to the interview process, and we couldn't get not denied, no approved, but they were dragging forever. So long story short, they left us for like a year without a response.
Okay, keep going.
And then And then COVID happened. Of course, we had problems, and we got separated. We got some serious problems, like with her and her family and stuff like that. And now I'm into another process, a different kind of process at all. I got a lawyer, and the lawyer withdrew the old application, everything, and now it's about a process from 30 months or something like that, ongoing. I got employment authorization,
So
I
are you?
got prima
Are,
facie, I got everything.
okay. Is somebody filed for divorce?
Not, I'm about to file right now, yeah. She
And
is.
you don't have a 2-year green card.
I don't have nothing at all, yeah,
And
besides employment authorization.
did they separate you when you had your interview?
That happened, yes, in the second time it happened.
So you had 2 interviews.
We got the stroke interview too.
Okay. And were you out of status at the time that you married her? It sounds like you were.
Sounds like, yes, it is. It was.
Okay. So this case is over. They're not going to prove this case.
Yes, that case is over. That's why my lawyer withdrew that case, and now we apply for VAWA.
What's the violence?
Police involved, her family, and I got into big problem with her in my own house.
Okay. So what's your question for me?
My question is, because my lawyer applied a VAWA and apply another I-485, withdraw the old one, because, of course, that was based on marriage and we were not together anymore.
Well,
So
what evidence of violence do you have?
everything, we got to, so I got to hospital, I got to psychologist, I got police report, order of protection.
What evidence of violence? What is the violence?
Oh, they, the violence was physical, economical, and emotional.
Okay, what violence? Tell me violence.
Oh,
What
yeah.
abuse?
I got, so I realized that the violence happened when that it was physically violence when she and her family beat me up, and police come and they arrest them on the spot.
Okay. All right. So what's the question?
So now, based on this VAWA case that I didn't know some case like this exists, but anyway, it looks like.
Have you watched this show? Have you watched this show for a long time?
No, I would say a couple of weeks or something.
Because I get a call like yours once a week from somebody who was out of status, who had a shaky marriage, who got a Stokes interview, and then all of a sudden claims violence. So I think it's going to be a tough case. I think it's going to be a hard case to win.
But I got, like I said, I got the 5 years, the combo card right now.
That doesn't mean shit. That just means you filled out an application. The fact that you got a combo card doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean shit, right? And it's been over 30 months.
None of that matters. That case is they're going to come and talk to her and ask her if you should get a green card, and it sounds like she's going to fight that. All right, I'm going to let you go, Tony. I don't know that I can have that conversation anymore. The mysterious VAWA claim at the last minute after everything else goes poorly. I mean, we hear that once a week on this show. It's just tough. Adrian's got some good news. Jim, my wife got her green card and is back in the USA. Well, that is good news. And I saw somebody else, Princess Lizzie's here. What the heck? Oh, now we got a party. We just need Donna. Donna's probably busy. Oh, and guess what? Today's her son Ryan's birthday. Today's Ryan's birthday. So happy birthday to Ryan. I don't know if they're watching, or going to watch later, but big congratulations. And Mark got I-130 approved today. Good stuff. So we like all that. Thanks for everybody for sharing the love. Yeah, Donna hasn't been feeling well, so hopefully she's feeling better. Yeah, I got to do a video just on the playbook. I'm just going to flat out call it the damn playbook. Michaela's here. Hello, Michaela. You're on mute.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great. What's up?
So I have a question. I have a fiance. He lives in the UAE in Dubai. He is a permanent resident there, and we want to do the fiance visa.
Okay,
So I was going to try to do it myself, and then I know on that form it asks, has the beneficiary ever been in the U.S.? Sorry.
that's okay.
And he has. He came to the US on a visiting visa before we met. He stayed, he didn't overstay or anything. He left and went back to the UAE, no issue.
Cool.
But he thinks there may be an issue because the employer that he worked for at the time there, they were the ones that helped him get the visiting visa. So he went to like a consulate office, the US consulate office in Dubai, and someone there told him, well, if you're not on good terms with your previous employer, because it didn't end well, he quit that job. And it was a thing, I guess. There was some tension between the two parties. So they said if there is, some issues between you two, there's a possibility if they look into, obviously, if you say yes, you got to provide the I-94, I believe. Well, if they look into it and see that and ask questions to that employer who helped them get the visiting visa, then there could maybe that employer could say some bad things and cause some issues. And so they were saying maybe you should say no, but I just didn't feel comfortable putting no when you actually been in the U.S. So
Well,
I
you got to
don't.
put. They know he was in the U.S., so you got to put that. I mean, they're the ones that gave him the visa, right? So they know
Right.
he's been in the United States. But I have a bigger question. Are You're saying he had a visit visa, like a B1 B2 visit visa? That's how he came before.
Yes, it wasn't like a business trip. It was actually like a tourist visa.
But did you say he was working in the United States while on that visa?
No, he wasn't. His employer in the UAE, they helped him get the visiting visa. Like they helped fill out the paperwork for him and things like that.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that so much. Why are you worried about that? That they helped him fill out the paperwork? That doesn't matter.
I guess he's worried that, if we say yes and we provide the I-94 showing that his history of being in the US, that they could possibly look into the visa and maybe reach out to the employer and ask questions. And they think that maybe the employer could possibly say some bad things to cause issues with the approval, or I don't believe that. I don't know. That's why I wanted to ask you if you've seen anything like that before.
So what? So let me just say a couple things. Number one, it's strange that somebody would have their employer help them get a visit visa to the United States. So that's sort of strange.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm wondering if there's not more to the story in that, like, the fact that you came on a visit visa, that's no big deal. The fact that somebody helped you is no big deal. It sounds like he's more worried about something else. It sounds like he might be worried about working in the United States. That's what I'm worried about. Like, if he came on a vacation, did he really go on vacation? That's really where the problem is. But they're not going
Mhm.
to contact the employer. They're not even going to know about the employer. So I wouldn't worry
Right.
about that part. I just would dig a little deeper. I think there's something else going on.
Yeah. And it was weird to me that the US, somebody at that office in the counseling office told him you might want to just say no on there. I was like, why would they tell you to say no?
So that's probably not. Hopefully, it's not the U.S. consulate. It's probably one of these companies that helps you get a visa to the United States, and those guys lie all the time. I doubt
Mm,
the U.S. I doubt the U.S. consulate did. Yeah, Robert raises a good point. We're not big on fiance visas right now. There's been a lot of problems with
really.
fiance visas. Is there any chance you could get married and do a marriage case?
I mean, that was something that we thought about as well, but I was seeing that people were getting their fiance visa approved quicker than
It's
I
not.
don't. Oh, really?
No. And the problem is, I just got one of these today. If for whatever reason they don't like the case, they can just let a fiance case die on the vine. They can just stop processing it, but they can't really do that on a marriage case. So I'm not. I'm telling everybody, if everything's
Hmm.
equal and you can go over and get married, I would do an I-130 and not an I-129F.
Okay. And have you seen like the processing times for the UAE? Is it slower or it's the
It's two.
same
It's
a
2 years for
year?
everybody. It's 2 years for
Oh,
everybody except Mexico. That's longer.
okay.
UAE
Okay.
is fine. Thanks, Michaela.
All right. Thank you.
See ya. All right, all right. This is the Immigration Answer Show. I am Jim Hacking. Serge is here. Hello, Serge.
Hey Jim, thanks for having me. Um, I got a question. I'd like to see what your thoughts are. So I got a change of employer on back in this year spring, and they filed all the paperwork and all that stuff. Um, we were thinking that with the upcoming election, we don't know what's going to happen. We were thinking of going to December back home and maybe take the opportunity to go and request another visa, but not with this employer. And Fragomen prepared all these, and they're saying that all I have to do is just to that my eligibility has been proven already because it was filed through U.S. CIS. But now I have to prove my admissibility, and so they're not sending me with a support letter or anything like that. And I'm just kind of concerned that the person that I get to talk to about this is going to say, "Where's your letter?" And I'm not going to have it. What are your thoughts about that?
I think your thoughts are exactly right, and I would insist I'd put it in writing. And have they put it in writing that you don't need the letter?
They sent some document where it says that I don't need it.
I would push hard for it. I wouldn't do it without it.
Okay, and also just another quick question. My wife's case, so my case was approved, but my wife's hasn't been approved yet. It's still pending uh, for the change of employer. Is it do you think that's a problem or?
I mean, I have no way of knowing. I don't. I doubt it's a problem, but
Okay.
I wouldn't travel till it's approved.
Yeah, they say that that the Pragomen lawyer said that they will withdraw the that case before we go to request the visa at the embassy. But I was just wondering if something bad could happen with that.
I don't know. Thanks, buddy. Good luck,
Thank
Serge.
you. Take
See
care.
you.
Bye.
Yep. Bye. All right. That's our friend Serge. Donna, I already gave a big shout out, but now that you're here, we'll give another shout out to Ryan. We knew it was his birthday. We wished him well. August 30th, the last show of the month. Good stuff. All right. Glad you're here. I hope. Oh yeah, I know for sure. Hope you're feeling better. Let's go to Natalia. Hi, Natalia.
Hi, Jim. Nice to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing well and not. So my situation is now that I received the green card this August. Finally, all is good. Um, I already have the card, but we had hard times with my husband, and this Sunday he left me and he went to Louisiana. So I'm now by myself in Utah. I wrote everything because if I just like begin to speak about it, I will get in my emotions.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. So the green card will be to August 2026. My husband left this Sunday, moved to Louisiana. I'm left with a broken car. Our car broke when we visited his family recently. And on the first day when we were there, we had an argument and he took his ring, put on the table and told that I'm done. And I had to spend those 2 weeks in my friend's house. So while he was doing his family stuff and we didn't see each other all the time. So when we came back, on the way back, our car broken. So we brought the car here, and now I'm with a broken car with a rent that I will not be able to afford by myself. But we had a compromise that he helps me at least this month. And I don't know what he's doing because he's doing the stuff right now without telling me. So like he took me out from his insurance the day before yesterday, so I had to figure out my insurance yesterday. He also took a few weeks ago $3,000 from our common account that we had savings and our stuff. And I asked him, please tell me what is going on. And he would not let me see what that statement was for. He told me this is for rent and for some travel expenses, which then he told me that this is for other kind of like bills and all that stuff. So for the 2 months. So I was not sure. He didn't let me see that. And both our accounts have now $0 and one is even negative. And I figured out that it's he opens a new account. Probably he opens the new bank account with USAA, the company that has our common insurance. And yeah, and the reason why he explained it to me through messages that he was telling me this for weeks now, but he left me because I pushed him through his limits as the man, husband, and the spouse, the human. So, and the thing was that he was game addicted, and I would say that he would play the games a lot, and whenever we have like free time, it was not time for us, he would do that. And he was like in search of himself. He didn't know what he wants to do, and I tried to be very supportive to him. We decided that he can leave his job since we had a few $1,000s in savings till he find another job. And we agreed that I both thought that probably being a CDL driver will be good for him since he likes to drive and he could drive to Louisiana and see his family more often and everything. So this is a very kind of like, he tells me that he was telling me a long time ago, but I do remember we tried a little bit, to let's like build it again. Let's go to the counselor, and he would tell it's late now. He was going to counselor by himself while I was at school, so I didn't have time for that, and I could not. And now when I'm offering to go to counselor, he didn't want it anymore. So, and he blames all on me, that it's my fault that our marriage is done.
Well, I'm very sorry this has happened. Number one.
Thank you.
Number two, you actually have the green card in your hand. You're holding it.
Yeah.
Okay. So make sure that's somewhere safe. When did you get married to this person?
We got married July 29 last year.
Oh, wow. Okay. And how long did you know each other before then?
Since the year before, since like the end of August 2 years ago. So it was 2022.
And when you got married, were you in status or were you out of status?
I was in status. I was a student. We both were studying in the same university.
In Utah?
In Louisiana.
In Louisiana. Okay. All right. So have you talked to a divorce lawyer or has he talked to a divorce lawyer?
I don't know. He took me away from his Google account, changed the password. I know the password, but he will not give me the access. And I don't know his steps at all. I know that he wants to have the divorce. He was mentioning it through messages.
Okay, so what are your questions for me, Natalia?
What should I do and what is my right way to behave right now? Because I would call it, I'm a woman, so I kind of have like hope that everything will be fine. And, I hope that he cools down and, during this month, he probably will figure things out. But he's now in his comfort zone with his family and friends. And here in Utah, we were only him and me, and him having a lot of things to solve, and his goal in life and the work and everything. So I still hope, but looking at his messages and the way how he like pushes everything, like cleans everything away from being us together, like insurance, like all the other stuff. No, keeping. He signed the lease for a year, but when we were in Louisiana, he let the landlord know that we will not stay a year. And landlord, I have the lease signed by him for the whole year. But then he broke it like in August. So, but landlord is a nice person. He let me stay till the end of September or the end of October, depends.
Did he move out before you got the green card or after?
After.
Okay, so I know there's not a lot to be happy about, but let's at least be grateful that you have the 2-year green card. That's why I asked you that question, because if you didn't have the green card, you'd be in a much worse position than the fact that you have the green card. So as we sit here right now, if you never talk to him again, you can still become a U.S. citizen. Okay? So the one thing I want you to understand is even without him ever helping you again, you can become a U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Do you understand that? Did you know that already?
I kind of, I did my little research and looking for what he's doing, and I'm remaining now in a hardship. He left me in a hard situation.
Sure.
This is only what I think. But of course, I have a fear. I'm studying now. I'm a DMA student. I have 2 more years to study, and the international office already knows that I have a green card. I have just to update that. But now, here at the university, I am F1 student yet. I haven't updated my
Right.
not
Status.
policy, my status. Yes.
Yeah.
So
So, most of the other things I would say would be sort of outside immigration. But, in 2 years, you're going to have to file for renewal of your green card. You're going to have to file the I-751. You're going to need to be divorced by then so that you can file without him. If you stay married, that's going to screw up your chances. So at some point, you're going to have to get divorced from an immigration standpoint to get the 751 without him. And then you'll have to wait 5 years to get your citizenship, but you can become a citizen, okay?
yes.
All right. Now, if I were you, what I would do is I would go talk to a divorce attorney as soon as possible. You need a divorce.
Do I need to file for the divorce, or I need to wait him to file for the divorce?
Well, the tricky thing is if you wait for him, he'll probably do it in Louisiana, and that's going to be hard for you. It's going to be easier for you if it's all in Utah, I think, because otherwise you're going to have to find a lawyer in Louisiana, and you might even have to go to Louisiana. So it doesn't matter who files for divorce, but also if you were a student and he was working, then I'm not a divorce lawyer, but you should be able to get some support for him, especially considering the fact that he signed the affidavit of support for you, right? So he's still on the hook for that, even if he moves his ass to Louisiana.
He and his brother, I have a co-sponsor.
Yeah, so they're on the hook for that. So that's a little bit of leverage that you have. So if it were me, I would not I know you said you're hoping that things work out, and maybe they will, but he doesn't sound very mature to me. It sounds like he's still with his family and playing video games and all this stuff, right? So I don't know that he's going to come back. And more importantly, as an immigrant in your situation, I don't know that you have the luxury of hoping that happens, right? Because you've got to make some tough decisions. I don't know if you can afford to stay in school. You might need to put school on hold and go to work for a while now that you have your green card, and then do education stuff later.
I'm okay with school because I'm on a good spot for them, and I'm full TA, and I'm working here.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so the school is the only thing that I actually feel relieved right now, because I can concentrate on this and not think so much about my emotions and my feelings.
Good. So, you don't have to do anything. You just got your green card. And so the one thing that you need to be thinking about the most for me is keeping evidence of everything. So you want to make sure you don't lose everything. You don't lose, statements from him, threats by him, texts from him, phone calls, anything. I would start keeping a notebook for your emotions. I think it would be good for your emotional health. I journal every day. I think you should start writing down, because in 2 years you're going to have to prove this was a real marriage, and you were only married for a year. So it's not going to be an easy 751 solo, but it's winnable. So you need to keep everything. You need to show that it was a joint life, and you need to document that he sort of wigged out and moved back to Louisiana, leaving you holding the bag. So you're going to have to prove all this stuff later. So all of your joint accounts, you need all those records.
Yeah, I will keep that in recording that. I do have his journal, his grateful book. When it's written in few pages, he was not really writing too much in it, but I have evidence that he writes that he is thankful to me, and that I was cooking for him, and a wonderful, happy marriage life is written by him.
That's
and
great.
Then
I love that.
Yeah,
So I would scan that in just in case you lose it. I would scan that in today. You need to really be thinking about preserving your proof like you're a detective.
Yeah. And by the way, he came to our marriage. He was with a $38,000 debt, and I agreed that I had my $5,000 in my bank account that I saved for trip to Moldova or emergency expenses, whatever. And when we got married, I began to share my every paycheck. We agreed that we sent to our common account, and he too. So now from August last year when he had $38,000. Now he is on $6,000 debt. So together we get out from his debt for $32,000 when I remain with everything left, and he would tell that he would take care of me and that it was a very easy life for me, but it was not, because I was limiting myself in anything that a woman can want in a marriage, going on the dates, and I felt abandoned. But I would come to him and speak with him about that, which he would ignore me and look to his video game and would run from the problems playing the games. And as much as I would come to him to explain myself, as much he would stay and play. So that was like a snowball. And I don't know if I can have evidence of how much he played, but I know that in his game, there is the thing that tracks how many hours you played. So I could
That'd be great.
probably...
If you could get that, that would be great data. But I don't think he's going to change. So I don't think you should have much hope for him. I mean, that made me sad just hearing you talk about wanting to go on a date and he goes and plays his video game. Like, that makes me sad for you. You deserve better than that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.
And the last thing I wanted to ask, do I need to close our common accounts now?
Well, only after you get all the records, but yeah, you should. But that's a question for the divorce attorney. So I have a friend in Utah who does divorce. I don't know how expensive he is, but he's really, really good. His name is Marco Brown. Marco Brown. I think he's got offices all around the state. I don't know if you're in Salt Lake, but he's got
Salt Lake.
Yeah. So look him up. I don't know how expensive he is, but he's a badass.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Yeah.
You really helped me very much.
I'll tell you, send me an email so you and I can stay in touch, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. I will get the email.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye. What a nice lady. That fucking sucks. What an asshole. Amani and I watched this show called The Super Nanny, I think it was called. It was crazy. It was when we had little kids and our kids were very naughty, and this British lady was the super nanny, and she'd come in and she'd raise hell with the bad kids and all this stuff, sort of like Mary Poppins. It was great. And there was this one episode, though, we talk about it all the time, where the husband was an asshole. And he reminds me of this guy, where he would say, he had a phrase, I forget what it was. Amani would remember what it was, but he would say, I need my downtime or my delay time or something. There's some rule that he just wouldn't talk to anybody in the house for the first 3 hours after he got home from work. And he just would go put his feet up on the ottoman and just sit there. And I think he played video games. So it does really sound like he was not a very mature person. But with a 751, that always cuts both ways. Paying down someone's debt, they can say, well, he got a benefit too from marrying you. So you always got to be careful how you frame that stuff. Or like she said, she has texts from him, but they said, you made it really hard for me to have a wife. I mean, you got to be careful because things cut both ways. But man, oh man. Yeah, everyone remembers the super name. Decompression time. That was it, Robert. I need my decompression time. And his wife had been home with these terrible kids for 3 hours, right? And so, I mean, a lot of sad stuff for Natalia, but if there's one little thing that I can say is there's somebody else out there who's a whole lot better than him, who's going to cherish you and love you, and I can see her in the waiting room, and make you feel like a great person. You just made a bad pick. You got a lot to offer. You're getting your freaking master's degree. You're a total badass. So don't feel like you got to stick with that guy. All right. Yep. All right. She's got it. Woo, that made me sad. All right. Yasser's here. Hello, Yasser.
Hello. Hi. How are you, Jim?
Buddy, I'm good, man. How you doing?
Okay. I'm fine. Jim, I want to ask you about G221. Okay.
221G. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened? I have interview while they review my documents. They ask me for military record. So I give him the military record, which I submit for USCC, which approved already. He told me, no, we need the original. I told him I don't have the original because this long time, maybe 25 years, something like this. They told me you have to bring it. The other people bring. So they complete my interview. And after this, they give me this G21, 221, okay? After this, I try to bring the paper which they ask. When I brought after 1 week, I drop for the embassy as they told me the paper which they said, and after that I emailed them. They told me you under under administrative process.
Right.
Okay, so I wait. I have something. My sons have to go to US because they are F1 student.
Yeah.
So I sent them email. They reply me. They told me we can't do anything because your paper already in Washington, not here in the embassy. So is this right?
What country were you in the military for?
Egypt, but this was 30 years. 30 years before.
This
I
is
bring the paper, the which they want ask.
Cairo embassy.
No. Kuwait embassy. It's an easy embassy. Yeah.
And who sponsored you? A spouse, a child? Who sponsored?
No, my brother. My brother.
Your brother. Oh my God! So you've been waiting forever.
Yeah, 17 years. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, I'll say this. You know, my wife's from Egypt, Yasser. I became Muslim 30 years ago.
I know.
So they discriminate against men from Egypt all the time. So I think you just got to wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be a while. I mean, I think administrative processing, especially with a military record, were you very high up in the military or were you?
No, I'm soldier. Only 1 year. And this was 30 years before.
The mandatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you're just waiting. There's nothing to do. You just got to wait.
Yeah. Up to when I can wait? 3 months, something like this? Well, what's your opinion?
Here's the question. When did the State Department start processing your case again? Do you know like how long it's been?
I documentary qualified at 2020, April 2020.
Really?
But my time is I come. The good thing is that I come current in July, and 5 July they send me the interview time.
So that's pretty fast. Yeah.
Yeah, very fast. Yeah.
I would wait at least until January to think about suing them. I'd give them a couple months.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank
Bye,
you.
Yasser. See you, buddy.
Thank you. Bye.
17 years. His brother applied for him 17 years ago. What were you doing 17 years ago? What the heck? 17 years ago, I was 36. So that was 2006. So I had 3 kids. That was before Noor was born. Oh, yeah, because Noor's 15. How about that? What the hell? Gan is here. Hi, Gan. You're on mute, brother.
Thank you for taking on, Mr. Hacking. I've been listening to you for almost like 2 to 3 years. I got my green card after 20 years, so I can beat the before one.
We're gonna play a game. Who took the longest to get their green card? So Gan's in the lead with 20.
So I just recently got my green card. My question is that my company applied for H-1B extension on June, and I got it last week. So will the approval of H-1B extension cause any problems for my green card? And is there any way? I spoke to the lawyer. He sent the withdrawal notice, but sometimes they said there's a chance of them approving my H-1B extension.
Do you have the green card in your hand?
Yes.
Then nobody cares. It doesn't matter. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Is there any way to check that if my green card is accidentally removed or not, or something like that, or?
They won't that's not something they could even do. The system wouldn't even let them do that if they wanted to. I mean, they can rescind a green card and send you a notice, but the fact that you had an H-1B extension doesn't have anything to do with it. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay. Thank you.
Congrats. That's great.
You.
Yep. Oh my God. That's a long time to wait for a green card. All right. Z, what you got?
Hey Jim, how are you doing? I hope
How are you doing?
Good. I'm about to file my N400. I have 2 questions, one for myself and one for my colleague. But we'll get to that. Mine is easier, I think.
Okay.
So I was reading the instructions, and it sounds like even though I filed I-751, they are asking for 3 years of evidence that we were in marital union. Is that correct?
You're applying on the 3-year rule?
Yeah.
Yeah, then the rules say that you have to prove up the marriage, not to the extent that you did for the I-130, not to the extent you have to do for the 71, but like I usually bring some updated joint evidence and bring the spouse to the interview. That should be enough.
Okay, all right. That was the question for me. So the question for my colleague is a little bit more complicated. They are a same-sex couple, and they're about to have a baby. The citizen is having a baby. She donated the egg. She's carrying the baby too.
Yeah.
They will have both of their names on the birth certificate. But
Yeah.
as far as I understand, they after they have everything, they still need to go through an adoption process for the immigrant spouse.
So the U.S. citizen is the one that's going to give birth,
Yes.
and then the foreign national has to adopt the kid.
Yes. Should they apply for N400 after finishing that adoption process or before that? That's the question, because they will be due application in October.
So I didn't think that's where we were headed with the question. So I was surprised. It was like it took a left turn. Okay. So the foreign national is eligible to apply for citizenship, and the question is it better to do that when the adoption part is over, or should they just go ahead and do it? I would assume that this is a pretty serious couple. They've been together for a long time. They have a good history together. They're obviously having a baby together.
Yeah.
I would treat it like any other case and just say, hey, we're having a kid together. We're both on the birth certificate. I'm formally adopted. I think that's all just good evidence. I don't think it has to be done. No.
Okay. Thank you so much. That was the question.
See, buddy. That was a good one. All right. Yeah, you knew where I was headed. Law school exam question. That's exactly right. I was headed. That was a law school exam question. I was hoping it was me. Like I was going to say something like now. So one's going to file for adoption, but then the mom's going to go have the kid in Canada like that. I thought we were going to take like a real law school twist there, but he made it easy on me. Z made it easy on me. All right. The legend is here. What's up, legend?
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Long time on camera.
Not that long.
Well, yes, I know, but it felt like really long. But I'm in the chat all day, every day. But anyway, I need your expert advice or opinion on the matter. I'm asking for a friend, and I'll tell you the story very quick.
Good.
They came to America on tourist visa, B1, B2. Then the husband filed for the asylum. The wife was just a derivative.
Okay.
And the husband got deported in 2007, but the wife was keep on getting the work permit till 2011, 2012. And then she stopped getting work permit. Then the son turned 21, applied for the green card. She got the green card. She had the passport. She doesn't need a travel document because her embassy gave her the passport. So she got the green card through family base. The son applied for it. Is she okay to travel? Because she's not the one who applied for asylum. Her husband applied and she was just a wife. So is she okay to travel back to home country?
You know how nervous I get about people going back to home country, right? You know how conservative I am on that. But the asylum case wasn't, I mean, even though she was just a derivative, like sometimes they'll still have facts or allegations in the case that are about her, but the facts and allegations were all about him.
Yes, he was picked up a long time ago. He was in a detention center in Eloy. From Eloy, Arizona, he got deported back, and he put his A number in EOIR. It says it's been deported, but when we put her A number, it doesn't say she's in any kind of deportation. But again, the son turned 21. He's an American citizen, born here, and she got a green card. She got a passport. Now they're wanted to travel back to home country. It should be okay because her category is different.
Did she have an interview on her green card?
No, never.
So
family base.
Hold on.
Sorry.
So do you feel as if she got her EAD off the asylum case?
Yes.
In an incorrect way, like in a sneaky way?
Not in a sneaky way. They both start getting the work permit when they filed for asylum. They both starting getting the work permits when the husband got picked up in 2007, 2008. he was in detention center, but she was keep on renewing her work permit till 11 and 12. But at 11 and 12, she got a letter because your work permit was based on the asylum case based on your husband. So when he got deported, so you're not no longer eligible for getting a work permit. So then she didn't lie, she never lied ever in her life. But now she has to work whatever. But
well, hold on. I agree. She probably didn't know what she was doing, but I am worried about her. So when her husband got ordered deported,
yes.
I guess the judge rejected his asylum claim, right?
Correct.
And they filed for an asylum claim with the asylum office, or was it always in court?
With the court.
Okay, so, and then when did he get deported?
2007, 2008.
And she kept getting an EAD years after he was.
Yes, 11 and 12. And then they sent a letter because now we cannot renew her work permit because your asylum, it was based on an asylum case of your husband. And now the case is over, so they didn't renew it after that.
So, okay, so I think this lady has some problems because in order to renew the EAD after he was deported, she would have to have signed a form that states the code and the basis for her EAD renewal. Right?
Okay.
Do you understand?
That I don't know because she was just renewing, paying the fee and renewing it, and they were just
Incorrect. She's signing an I-765 every single time.
Yes.
And when she signs that I-765, she's saying, probably what she was saying is, I'm in removal. She probably just signed the same form over and over. Did she have a lawyer do that, or did she do it herself?
She do it by herself.
So this lady should not do jack shit, and especially leave the United States until she does a complete FOIA on her file to see what she, because if she, so here's how it stacks. So if my theory is correct, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, because back then EADs were only for 1 year.
Correct. The black and white card, yeah.
She's signing an I-765 every year saying, I'm in removal, my husband's in removal, or I'm seeking asylum, my husband's seeking asylum, and I deserve this work card. So that's the first problem. But then there's another problem. That is, when her son applies for her green card, they would ask her, have you ever filed any documentation or made any applications that were false, fraudulent, or misleading? On the green card would be that question. She probably answered no. So she's going to have a real hard time getting her citizenship. She should be very, very careful about applying for citizenship and probably shouldn't apply for citizenship. And to me, that only makes it even more serious that she not leave the United States and certainly not go back to her home country, because I think this could all unravel.
So I applied for her the complete A file. So I just got it like PDF file 2 days ago. I have to send her to her. And
why are you doing this stuff? Who is this person?
Well, she's close friend. She is so that's what I'm saying. Like,
so look in the 765. The 765s that she filed to renew her EAD, and see, I'm sure there was stuff in there that wasn't true because her husband been deported. Now, the one thing that might save her is, was she ordered deported too? No, she wasn't.
No. When you put her A number in ER, the 800 number we call, there's no orders of deportation for her.
So he was put in. So did she? This doesn't make any sense. There's something wrong. There's something wrong.
He was that's the amazing part is he was deported from the court. They're taken to Eloy, but she was not. But she was right there in the court, and she was not. She was let it go, and like normally.
That's bizarre.
That's bizarre to me too. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Legend.
All right. Let you know. Thank you.
See you, buddy. All right. Later. All right. That was a screwy case. All right. Let's go to Patricia. Are you there, Patricia? Hello, Patricia.
I'm here. Hi, Jim. Thank you for taking my call. I'm a first-time caller, long-time listener.
You know that's my favorite, right?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Glad. Thanks for calling in. What made you call in?
Thank you. Well, I think I'll be the previous two guys that had been waiting for a long time for their green card. My sisters and I had been waiting for our green card for 23 years and 3 months. And finally, priority date was reached.
The
That
for the
was since
Philippines.
April of 2001.
Philippines,
No, Mexico.
Mexico. Wow,
Yes.
2001. All right. So do you have? So is your case all done?
Well, we have received the letter from the NVC that the priority date has been reached, and this is for one of my sisters, and because she at the time when we applied, or my sister, U.S. citizen sister applied for us. My That sister I'm calling about was single and didn't have any children. Now she's married and has children, and we want to know if her husband and her child will be able to come with her,
They should.
and if they will follow her at that time when she gets her interview.
They should be able to. That we had that Adele and I had that case early on in our career,
Mhm.
so they should be able to come. There should be derivatives off the sister application on that kind of application. The spouse and underage kids should be able to come. How old are her kids?
The child is 16, just turned 16 yesterday.
Good. So everybody should be able to come.
Okay. One other question she had on her child. He when he was younger, he had an accident where the accident, he had some kind of a concussion that affected his vision, and now he has been diagnosed with a low vision, and my sister has been concerned about whether that'll be a problem at the time when they immigrate or not.
You mean like will they hold it against him and say he's going to be a public charge?
Yes, yes. They are very well off. They have a lot of properties and a business in Mexico.
I think it's
But
all.
she was also, thinking, is it possible to just, put our assets towards that, or is that something that's advisable, even though they have a sponsor, which is my sister, the petitioner, and a co-sponsor?
Yeah, no. As long as they have a petitioner and a co-sponsor, and as long as mom and dad are working or have income, nobody's going to care about that.
Yes,
And
they do.
I also don't even know how that would even come up. Even with low vision, I don't know how they're going to figure that out.
Yeah, he's a good student and he can do everything on his own. It's just that problem that he has, which I know my sister has purchased some, special kind of glasses for him to be able to go to school. But he's a good student and he has good grades and all that.
Awesome. Well, let us know when you get your green card, Patricia. Okay.
Oh, I will do. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. 23 years. That's like half my lifetime. 23 years. RJ says RJ's only 21. So it's 2 years before RJ was born. Isn't that insane? That's insane. It is insane. Andres. Hello, Andres.
Hey, Jim. Good afternoon. Thank you
How you
for your
doing, buddy?
time.
Sure, man. What's up?
Well, my case is kind of particular because I used to live here like from 2000 to 2009. I was removed from the United States. I'm from Venezuela.
Yeah.
3 months ago, I came by the border.
Yeah.
I got released 4 days after,
Yeah.
and I got released with the I-220B.
Hmm.
That's my question. What can I do, like, to start like fixing or trying to
I
to
honestly, Andres, I honestly don't know. But if you send me your paperwork, I'll point you in the right direction. If we can't help you, I'll find you somebody who can.
Yeah, because I've been talking to a few lawyers, and all of them been telling me something different. One
Yeah.
told me go do the asylum. One told me we have to do a stay of removal. The other one, my mom is a resident from for the past 25 years. He's like, um, uh, put a petition from her to so you can become one of her. I don't know how to say it, but it's so I don't know. I don't really know what to do because all of them told me something different.
Tell them
So,
about. Go ahead, Jim.
oh, we got a side character.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
my
just,
friend, my cousin.
Hi, Jim. I've
hi.
asked a few questions in the past, so
Sure.
yeah.
I was going to say it's probably going to be asylum, most likely, but I want to see what you got. And if you don't, I mean, most likely it's going to be asylum.
And the other thing is, I was removed because when I was a little kid, I committed something stupid. as a little kid. That's why I got removed. My mom got married with a Cuban guy, and I
Yeah.
was in the middle of the
Of adjustment.
adjustment
With a
with a
Cuban act.
Cuban act. So
Yeah.
they stopped that. So after, when I turned 21, they deport me. I asked for my FOIA. My FOIA only came with one page, nothing else. It didn't say nothing, and that's why I don't know like what exactly can I do. I went right. We just came from court because I wanted to put in my asylum by court, and they didn't accept it to me.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
So I don't
I
know
mean,
if I have to send it by
Yeah.
email.
Yeah. I don't think they'll accept it at the court. Yeah. So
I-
send me your FOIA. Send me the paperwork you got when you came across the border, and we'll go from there.
All right. I'm gonna send it to you. He knows where to send it.
What email should we send it to, Jim?
Info at unless you have mine, you can send it to me if you have mine. But otherwise, info at we'll get it.
Okay, info at Jim Hacking.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Jim. Have a good
Thank
have
you,
a good
Jim.
afternoon.
Appreciate it.
Hacking immigration law. Yep. See you guys.
Thank-
Oh, I always love it when the side character. We've had some of my favorite things today. The side character, and we had the first time caller or long time listener. D wants to know how many lawyers you have to ask for your question to be answered. Well, it's a tricky situation, D. Nobody really knows the status of those people. It's hard to ascertain, I should say, the status of those people who entered across. So I give them a little bit of slack there. All right, let's see what Mansoor has to say. What's up, buddy?
Hello, Jim.
How you doing?
I'm okay. Thank you for giving time. I hope you're
Sure.
doing well.
I am.
Yeah, I have a question, Jim, about my I-130. As now I respond to NOIR. Now my case from 9 February actively review with USCIS.
Hey, Mansoor. Sorry, buddy. I got knocked off for a minute. Can you start over? You had a question about your I-130, and then I got knocked off. Go ahead.
Yes. I respond to NOIR.
Yeah.
From
Morocco, right?
Yeah. Yes. February 9, but now my case under process with USCIS actively review. Can I now send more evidence if I send? It's possible to my account if I upload.
You can try.
But
It won't hurt. I don't know if it'll work or not, but you can try.
Okay. And also, again, if USCIS approve again my case, they will send my case back to the same embassy, or they will send to the National Visa Center first? Because if I change my location,
same embassy.
Same embassy. It means I cannot change my location now.
You can try, but you have to have a good reason. Like, you can't just say, "Oh, I want it to be in Germany instead of Casablanca." You got to like be there and have a good reason. Otherwise, they'll think you're just shopping it around.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Jim. Thank
Bye,
you.
Mansoor. See you, buddy. Old Mansoor's really been trying to come. Let's go to EJ real quick. Hi, EJ.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great, buddy.
Thanks. I got a question. A child who entered to the United States with a visa, but he overstayed, and then this child turns 18 and need to make a consular process. This child is protected by CSPA. So my question is, when he make the consular process, he will need a waiver.
Wait. So how old is this kid right now?
Excuse me?
How old is the kid right now?
He just turned 18.
And who's sponsoring him? What application is on file?
He's a derivative or I-130.
So his uncle or aunt applied for his mom or dad back in the day, and he's been here the whole time?
Yes.
And he well, when did he turn 18 exactly?
In August 16 this year.
Okay. And is a visa available for him? Is it time? Is everything current?
No, the father has to apply for a waiver and wait like 3 years.
Oh, the dad's here too?
Yes.
Yeah. So when the kid turned 18, then their clock for unlawful presence started ticking. So they might want to have the kid go back home sometime in the next couple months so that they don't get a bar themselves. What's the basis of the waiver for the dad? Who's the qualifying relative for the basis of the waiver for the dad?
Mother citizens of U.S.
Oh.
For a son, unmarried son over 21.
Oh, okay. So like grandma or something.
Yes. Yes.
Got it. Okay. All right, cool. Thanks, EJ.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. All right, everybody. Look, we ended right on the dot. 1 hour, 23 minutes. No, 1 hour, 23 seconds. How's everybody doing? Donna's out of here. Yeah, my internet was a little wonky there for a minute. That's because I'm on the back porch. But now we're done. We had a good show. I hope you all have a great weekend. We're going to do a fantasy football draft for the firm. That should be fun. So I have to start ranking my players and stuff. I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Dammy. Thank you, Raphael. Thank you, Creaky Bones. Thank you, Alejandra and Robert and everybody else. Nurse Laura. Bye, Donna. Have a great weekend, everybody, and stay safe. We'll see you maybe on Monday, maybe this weekend. Just got to stay tuned. If you don't know, text the word show to 314-470-3300. And if you want to do us a favor, please leave us a 5-star review. We would greatly appreciate it. Bye, guys.
I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion.